Good morning. Okay, happy Sunday, everyone. It's February 5th. Time is already flying. I have like so many little things to do. It's ridiculous. So yesterday I was on the phone with Monica while I was cutting out not cutting out, I was cutting out the exterior pieces for my project pack. And when I got done, then I had to cut out the foam squares. I don't know what I was thinking. Literally, all you people who cut out interfacing fabrics and make kits, mad props to you. Um, I was like, I got on the phone with her like at one something. I don't know, probably earlier. Good morning. Oh my God. Yeah, no. I'm wearing a, okay, so what you need to know about me, I'm not, even though I was born in the summer, I don't like heat. I've never liked heat. I don't respond really well. I have really low magnesium and really low potassium, so it's really fast for me to get dehydrated. And I'm a person that sweats like a pig, whether I'm a size 0 or a size 22. I sweat. I'm a sweater. Like you'll and like I had someone laughing at the Lasso Magical because I had to walk to one point to another, and I had like a bead of sweat over my mouth and my forehead. I was like, yeah, I'm a sweater. I'm not. Good morning. I do not like heat. I'm a winter person. But with that being said, yesterday and Friday were unbelievably cold in Maryland. So everyone in Maryland, you know what's going on. Like it's like cold and then like wind on top of it. Um, so like right now we're good. We're at 38. But like yesterday, it was cold. I don't wear I usually like wear my Crocs, and then when I sew I take my foot off, one of my shoes off, and then I'll use it on the pedal. Um I had to put furry socks on, you know, the ones that every person gets for Christmas. I had to put my furry socks on and I was wearing a hoodie. Why I'm wearing a hoodie this morning because it's still a little chilly. So that's big for me. For me to like wear like socks with my Crocs, it's not a normal thing for me. Yes, the East Coast has been hit. This that little the plus is it has there was no rain. So we had like a little bit of snow on Thursday morning, but it kind of disappeared because the sun was so brilliant white. So it kind of disappeared, but yeah, it's been cold. But it's going to go back up to its like normal temperatures this week, so I'm fine with that. um, so when I was cutting it out, I cut out all the exterior pieces, and then I basted all the exterior pieces to foam. Um, for my class, I wanted they give time slots like an hour, 2 hours, an hour and a half, 3 hours. I just wanted mine to be like easy breezy. It's 12:30 on a Sunday. If all the pieces are interfaced, all the pieces are machine basted with foam, all we have to do is start put it on the zipper and start making the pouch. I wanted it so that everybody can just get right into the project. I was like, yeah, I'm only gonna machine base like 45. No, no, no. Exterior pieces have two parts. I went through so much foam yesterday. I went through so it took me till 7 o'clock from 1 to 7 to machine based everything. And I so fast, but I guess like I was also getting distracted because I was watching like scary movies on YouTube, like Scream. I don't know. I get it. I was watching like Me Without You. I love that movie, but then I was crying and I'm congested already. So I was like, yeah, let's just watch something that you've watched as a teenager that you haven't watched as an adult. I haven't watched like the original Scream since like I was 19 or something. So, yeah, I did a lot of machine basting. I did cut out um the Gabby bag. Yes, I know I was gonna put on an Audible, but my newest Audible, I just got done with Flatmates, by the way. Holy heck. So my sister recommended it to me because I go through my mystery and murders and biographies and like all these like my high fantasy. So I was looking for something that's like a palette cleanser on Audible. My sister was like, do Flatshare. And I'm like, okay. That book, that writer, like for it to be a romantic comedy, it had like layers of situations that people do not talk about on a day-to-day basis. Like her, like my manipulations of ex-boyfriends, stalking, all this. It was very, very interesting. And how the two main characters fall in love is really cute and very realistic. Um, I highly recommend it if you're looking for a book on Audible to like for a light breezy read is Flatshare. And it starts off kind of weird. And I was like, oh my God, I spent a credit on this and it's not gonna be cool. And I'm a person that if I start a book, I have to finish it, no matter how slow it is, how like I'm not into it. Because a book might start off absolutely horrible, but the middle and the end is so fantastic that you're like, oh my God, I had no idea. And then the beginning makes sense. So I have that. I had a couple different requests for different books, like suggestions. I'm about to get into a murder mystery where I guess like at 16, a boyfriend and girlfriend were together. He said he was going back home, and mysteriously, her best friend died that same night, and everyone thought it was the ex boyfriend, but because there was like no proof, he kind of just was booted out of the town because it's a small town. Now she's back living there because her aunt passed away and she inherited the house and she has a child. And he moved back for some reason. I haven't read the book. It was like on the cover. And it's supposed to be like magic realism, um, cult, town conspiracies, and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna start that while I've cut out my Ora one. I did have a chance to cut out Gabby, and the Gabby bag with from oh let me pull this up. The Gabby bag from Georgia Stitch. I'm going to be making today. The video won't probably be getting to the main YouTube people until Friday. I have to see when Aura Rosa's bag's coming out. No, I haven't heard of Patricia Briggs. Yeah, I understand that. There's a lot of snowbirds here. There's a lot of people. There's a really young couple that they're like in their mid 20s and they're here in Maryland from like April all the way until like November and then they go back to their Florida house. Cuz I believe the husband has like really bad arthritis and woo, yeah. Arthritis is not our friend out here. Okay, I'm trying to. I should have pulled up this earlier. I'm gonna get Georgia Stitch. Okay, Georgia Stitch is. She's there. That I tell you guys to sign up for YouTube subscription. I'm gonna give you the coupon code and everything that Georgia Stitch gave us to today for us doing the Mallory. I open up her emails all the time. She doesn't bombard you, but first you get really cool free patterns, like the really cool way where people are putting 1.5 inch webbing and then the 1 inch swivel clasp. She has a free pattern piece for you to cut out. Her newsletter yesterday or the day before yesterday was how to burnish leather. I know some things about leather. I don't know a lot. Her and her husband know a lot, and they do a lot of craft fairs, bazaars, all this stuff, and they're very successful. None of her leather ever goes to waste. She knows how to make pull tabs, all these other things to um, make leather better. Like the washer trick, if you watch some of my videos and I'm saying you have gapping or um, washer in the ribbon in the back to secure it, yes. But because of her washer trick, I came up with my own creation of having the purse feet have washers and rivets in it when you don't have purse feet. And I actually kind of prefer it like that. It looks cool as hell. Like, like people are in creative bag making, like, are those purse feet? And I'm like, no, they're leather washers with rivets in it. And they look like purse feet. They just give it a little bit more something a little bit more original. I've had two bad incidents with purse feet recently, and one was isn't with my laptop bag. My laptop bag doesn't even hit the floor, and one of the metal feet split in half. And how I found out is I went to pick up the bag at the bottom, and I cut my hand. And then I noticed that again with another round one. And it's nothing to do with the person who's selling it. It could just be a manufacturer error. So I'm thinking, when I make bags, I'm kind of thinking, how can I make a bag where if the purse feet does crack or chip, it won't injure my client? So I've been doing the rivet washer. That's been my trick, but I would have not ever thought of that of a washer if it wasn't reading her how to secure rivets to a bag with like having the washer in the back. Um, let's see. So we're going to be making the Gabby. The reason why I'm making the Gabby is because I'm going to be using that as my carry-on. Gabby's a little bit bigger than in any of her bags. I make it a lot. A lot of people ask me to make it as a baby bag because it's soft and slouchy. Um, I'm going to be making mine with that green foam cork that I shown you and leather straps, and my inside is going to be waterproof canvas. A lot of cool things. If you purchase this pattern, you'll see there's an exterior zipper pocket. Inside the exterior zipper pocket, there's credit card slots. It's super cool. I'm doing everything in the bag except the earbud holder because no one has the wire buds anymore. We all have like the wireless. I haven't even seen wire buds in like a year. I think. Hi. Mercedes Thomas. Yeah, I heard of her. Patricia Bridge sounds so familiar. Okay, so all right, Georgia Stitch. All right, I'll put the coupon on in the inbox. I mean in the description box later, but I'm gonna give it to you now. To get 20% off of any patterns, all patterns this month, you can use Nova 20 patterns, all uppercase. Nova 20 patterns. And all of her patterns are gold. I made the cami in here, I made the Camille, I made the amber, and now I'm making the Gabby. And I hope to make the smaller. She has this really cool smaller clutch that I've had cut out with some really cool Mormino fabric. And I'm going to try to make that hopefully within the next month or two. I'm trying to put a couple of wallets into either March or whatever because there's so many. I've actually had a lot of requests to do the NCW, so I can show you my tips and tricks on how I make an NCW. There's a couple wallets out there. You can hit me with some different wallets, but I definitely would like to make at least 1 or 2 wallets in the month of March. February February you're gonna get like it's gonna be backpack crazy. But tonight, no, when my family leaves, they're gonna go and run errands. I'm going to film either the Gabby or the Ororosis because I believe Ororosis is coming out Wednesday, and you guys are gonna be really surprised. And it's a fast make, and it looks so Chanel. Like that's the only advice I can give you. It looks like it's a Chanel bag. Hi. And there's really cool techniques. Yeah, I really appreciate the company giving us that. So Nova 20 patterns with S, all caps. I'll put it in the description box as well. So you can get any pattern from her. All of her patterns that I've ever made have been great. She has really good directions. And if you want to have been dabbling with leather, this is the time because you're not actually sewing the leather onto anything. They're accent features, and she shows you how to secure it, not only with a leather like a leather tab to hold a D-ring, but inside how you put another piece of leather so there's no ripping rivets out or weight bearing. She's very talented at that. So we will be I'm making the Mallory this week. So I mean today, so it could be sent out to you guys next week. and I'm making the Ora Rosa one. I had to think. I have like an order on Monday, and then Tuesday is we picked our bag for Patreon. So Patreon, I will be doing a video today. I will be picking out our who won the 101 with me, and what bag won for modifications. And I have all this interesting stuff for you. I was like I actually kind of like laid down after I cut and foam basted everything yesterday. But I'm feeling good, but my voice is not, and my sinuses are not. So that's what my plan is today. Backpacks are my bag. Seriously, I have one other project. I'm trying to get all these videos filmed because I have 2 or 3 custom bags I need to make. And I want to ship them out before the beginning of next week. And then I have a bag that I'm going to make myself next week for So Magical. And I think it might surprise some people, but not surprise the people on Patreon. I haven't told them which one I'm making. I'm making the Mallory bag, so it's my carry-on. And then for my personal bag that I'm wearing throughout the whole So Magical will be different, because this bag I'm going to just keep forever because I'm making it, and it's going to be in all leather. So I'm waiting for the leather to get here. It should be here on Wednesday, and I'm excited and nervous. Every time I work with leather, I'm really, really nervous, but I don't think nerves are a bad thing. Being nervous is a bad thing. I think when you're nervous, you're more hyper aware of your situation. So I think sometimes you can either perform worse or bad. And for me, I weirdly work good under stress and being nervous. Like, it makes me want to compete with myself and be the best version of myself I can be. So there's that. And then next week is going to be kind of insane. I have a lot of different appointments and things scheduled out, kids, doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, all that. I will still be able to do my lives every day. Friday might be a little bit earlier than the rest because a lot of my appointments start at like 10 o'clock. So I might hop in here and like, hi, have a good day. Happy Friday. I gotta go. Bye. But yes, I'm excited. I think you're going to like the 2 bags that are coming out, and Kendall and me are going to be opening up Catherine's box. It came, and we want to open up that box so everyone can see what's inside. So your bag box, and then I'm also going to do a box opening. I don't know how she did it. Like, she went through UPS, Country Cow Joe, and she mailed it out on Tuesday or Wednesday. It did not make for Saturday UPS, but it'll be here tomorrow. So there might be a box reveal on that. I really, really, really want to make one before I go to So Magical, so that could be my wallet. So we shall see if I can make that and get a video out for that, so that we got it done. It doesn't look like it's an extremely fast. I mean, it doesn't look like extremely complicated. It looks like it's a pretty fast make, and I'm actually really excited to use her print. I'm really into lemons right now. I've been buying a lot of prints will have lemons or strawberries. Cotton Still is like, yeah, Shanova, let's take all your money. That's pretty much all I have planned today. Oh, if you guys are on YouTube, if you're subscribed to Susie and Rosie, I think Rosie's Sewing Stitch Cold, or Sew Stitching Cold, and Susie's is so girly fun. They will be going live for part 2 of making. I make this bag all the time. Come on, Shanova. The Erica Bowler bag. But they're making theirs like either at 80 or 85% with the wider gusset, similar to Lauren's. So they're doing part 2 of that. They're funny. They're funny, and they have a really good rapport of going back and forth. You could tell that they're comfortable with one another. They're just speaking like, it's not robotically. It's just like effortlessly awesome. Oh my God, yes, you already know. I would take your lemons. I love lemonade, and I make this lemon icebox cake that will blow your mind with a lemon meringue top. Oh my God, I love lemons. My acid reflux does not like lemons. I know it has a headphone things, but I've been using earbuds for 2 years, and then no one in my family has the ones that are wired anymore. And if you have had my Samsung's almost 2 years old. My Samsung was one of the first ones that doesn't have an auxiliary cord. You have to do everything via Bluetooth. So I was like, yeah, I would make this feature on the back, but I feel like it's like gonna waste fabric or waste leather because I will never use it because I unless it can hold an earbud case, I can't use it. I'm actually thinking about doing one extra pocket inside. There's a lot of pockets in the Gabby, but I was actually thinking of making a small slip pocket where I can either put my phone and or my earbuds. Because last time I went to So Magical, I lost my earbuds and I was devastated. Like because everything we have 3 kids and they have after school activities. Kendall and I don't really focus on us, and I think most parents can relate to this. We put everything into our kids. Our kids' feet are always growing. They're always in flag football, orchestra, singing. Like they're in so much stuff. So all of our money goes towards our children. So I didn't get new earbuds until Christmas, and I didn't even know I was getting them. My husband got them for me because he knew I was suffering. Because what happens is on Fridays when my kids don't have any extra activities, I walk to go pick them up. So instead of listening to nothing, I have my cell phone in whatever pocket, and I usually have my earbuds. I'm listening to something while I'm waiting for them to come out, and I wasn't able to do it. And I just said it to him. I was like, it's cool though, because I could watch the trees. I was watching the leaves change color and all that stuff. But then he realized that it it helps. Or like my kids want to watch a cartoon like Craig of the Creek or whatever, and I don't want to watch it, I'll just stick one earbud in, still listen to what they're doing and watch and just listen to whatever I'm listening to, music, books, whatever. So podcasts, and that's what I normally do. So he got me really cute purple ones. They're like a lilac purple. It's so pretty. Um Everyone knows blue's my favorite color. Teal's like my favorite colorway, but I like all shades of blue. My secondary favorite color is purple, but it has to be the lilac soft purple. There's something about it so elegant. Yeah, I know. Loki likes to get that. Loki has this thing with anything that's rubber or has fur. Like I had on Friday, I have this beanie I bought from Just Oak Roots, and it has like 2 pom-poms. And I sat down on the couch, and like that dog was like, "Oh, animals!" Like he's that dog that brings birds, field mice, lizards. I think he's gonna go after this owl. And I feel like at first I felt bad for the owl, but I'm like, why is he always perched on my gate? And I think he's like taunting Loki a little bit. It's a weird thing. I want to put a camera back there because Kendall's like, it doesn't happen. Loki is a hunter. Like he brings something to my door only when I'm home. When no one else is home, he doesn't bring anything. Yeah, dude, I know. Remember our Walkmans? Oh God. I would do that though still too. Like my parents probably could and my siblings can attest that when I used to use my yellow Walkman, oh my God, remember the CD players came out? Game changer. And it would skip if you moved it wrong. Kids don't understand. I would have one ear and then the other one was always in the back of my head. I have to because what happens is if I have both in, I cannot pay attention to anything around me because I'm hyper focused on whatever I'm listening to. So I've always only had one button. So yeah, my dogs really like those earbuds a lot. He doesn't have a chance to really get to them because I use them and then I immediately put them away. But man, Just Oak Roots pom poms almost did not make it. I was like, Loki, you can't eat them, and he's like wagging his tail, and I'm like, no, it's not an animal, wagging his tail. He's such a happy puppy though. It's hard to get mad at him for anything because like you talk to him like you can't do that. Was a bad boy, and he's wagging his tail, and then his whole body's wagging, and you're like, you're so good. He's majestic. He knows it. And Roxy got a new collar yesterday. She's like strutting around like it's like Louis Vuitton around her neck. She's really pretty and she knows it. Like if you say, "Oh my God, you're so pretty," she wags her tail and then like prances towards you, and you're like, "All right, I have conceited dogs." Didn't know that was a thing. So, good morning. The designer code for is for Georgia Girl Stitch. We're going to be making the Gabby bag. I have a tutorial for it. The reason why I'm making the bag is it's a great carry-on, but when you read the description of the bag, if you are a person that sells baby bags or overnight bags to people, this is the bag. If a person is a hiker, traveler, camper, this is the bag. You can make it structured or slouchy. And it's a great bag if you want to learn how to use leather. Another place to get leather straps from is Georgia Girl Stitch. Her straps are absolutely perfect. They come in a whole lot of colors. And if you're confused about something, you can just reach out to her, and she's amazing. If you're on Instagram, watch her. Everybody watches her, from Noodlehead to Lauren. Everybody watches her. The things that she's teaching, people have to pay leather master class. Like this week was varnishing. A week ago before that, she was showing you how you could install 24 line snaps with the handheld die set. That you can get these handheld die sets for like $8. Or if you have a certain cam snap or whatever, where you can get these dies at. She shows you how to burnish. She shows you how to edge paint. Like, if you're really wanting to get into leather and you're new and you're like, hey, but my machine doesn't do it, you need to follow her. All of her bags that she has are made on a domestic, because they're made with like canvas, duck cloth, all that. But then her leather accents never touch. They never ever touch your sewing machine, but they make the bag look good. And if you want to go back to it, go look at my Amber and my Camille and Cami bags. I made videos on them. Leather never gets touched in it. But if you want leather for like a trim of a pocket, she sells it, and it's domestic friendly. It's skived down so easily that it's like folds over like a piece of cork, and it can be on it. So I did not know about leather, and then somehow I was following Noodlehead, because Noodlehead sometimes uses leather accents too, like on the Firefly. And then one day, for some odd reason, I got onto Georgia Girl Stitch, and I was like, how did I not know about you? First of all her bags look extremely classy. Like, she has like the same aesthetic of Noodlehead. I was trying to explain Noodlehead to somebody else the other day. Noodlehead is just like organically beautiful, like what you expect to see at boutiques. It's not super structured. It's all like, oh, I use wax canvas and duck cloth. It's like nothing unorganic except the metals that she used, and it's just effortlessly beautiful, and it comes together really fast in a few steps. The Gabby's like that. Georgia Girl's like this. And then when you look at her pattern pieces, it will blow your mind. She tells you everything that you need. You have a cut list, and no, there's not pattern pieces for the cut list, but it's part of the process of how to work with leather. If someone tells you you need a 1 inch by 5.5 inch strap, you not going to get a pattern piece. You're going to have to bust out your ruler and measure that up. And then the next thing you know, you have leather accents all over your bag, and you never sewn leather, but your bag now looks so upscale. It's unbelievable. So I definitely recommend her for that, because because of her, I started experimenting with leather. I made a leather moon wig after I met her. And I was on Erica's team, the blue bag, if anyone's in, or Erica's team, Lavender and Twine. Yeah, that was all leather. And then the bag that I just made, the happy bag from Mrs. H. I've been experimenting with leather, and my whole point of it is because Georgia Girl Stitch, she's really awesome. Yeah. Her stuff really is beautiful. You should do a moon wig. It's a really good Erica is a really good instructor. Like, I like her style. It kind of reminds me of Maggie 55. Maggie 55 doesn't give you a full 2-hour video. She gives you step by step, and you use a QR code or the hyperlink to get to it to do that certain step. Erica does the same thing, and for me, that's like one of my favorite personal styles. Like, I'm looking at the pattern, I am not understanding this, I can hit that link and do it. The moon wig looks more difficult than what it is. It is a hardware eater, but when you're done with it, you are walking around like, oh, Chanel has nothing on me. Like, seriously, that bag is absolutely stunning. You should definitely try that one. Her Erica makes really good patterns. They're very easy to follow, and her videos are amazing. But yeah, so I'm going to put the code for where you can get the 20% off the patterns, all patterns, and it doesn't have to be just Gabby. Look at her patterns. She has a lot of free patterns. She has stuff for webbing, like leather straps that you can make on like so with a domestic machine and have a nice edge for like it's 1.5 inch strap and you're using 1 inch web, 1 inch swivel hook. There's a lot of free patterns that she has on there. She has like patterns for business cards or just like a card slots. I highly recommend it. And then if do yourself a favor and subscribe to her thing. It's not for like just discounts. Every time she comes out with a newsletter, I'm learning a new technique that I didn't know about leather. Like I learned about burnishing and what I need to do this week for it. And it's going to come and play to the bag that I make for myself for So Magical. And I knew a little bit about it, but she explained it so well that I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I'm totally doing that. So that's all I have for today. I'm going to start cutting out my Ora Rosa bag so I can film it. And I just wanted to say happy Sunday. Stay safe. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.